Well, we are back. If you've been keeping up with the Washington Informer, you know that we have these live segments periodically throughout the week. And not too long ago, actually, we ran a segment on the future of business in the metropolitan area, featuring several leaders of various chambers of commerce in Maryland, Virginia, and here in DC. Did I say I'm Denise Rollard Barnes, publisher of the Washington Informer and your host? So now that I've said that, I'm going to continue on. So we're honored today to welcome Chinyere Hubbard, who is the CEO of the DC Chamber of Commerce, who is here with us today. She was one of our panelists. I think we had a great conversation. But now we want to talk about just specifically the DC Chamber and to, again, congratulate you again, Chinyere, for becoming the president and CEO. You haven't even had a 1-year anniversary yet, correct?
I haven't, Denise. It feels like I was just on WHUR the other day and told them I'm still drinking from a fire hose. It has been about 7.5 months, maybe 280 days, but who's counting? But since I officially stepped into this role, but it's been really inspiring and humbling. And
you've had quite a few leadership roles in the city, and you know, I was just at an event last night with quote unquote these 250 powerful DC women, but you're one of those. And I'm just wondering how this position, you know, heading an organization that supports local businesses, how this fits, you know, within the scope of what you've been doing, how you feel about being in this role.
Yes, well, I have been in the business ecosystem for many years, as you know, Denise, through my work at Events DC. Before that, working on several economic development projects, whether it was the Marriott Marquis Hotel, the Care First, which is now Care First Arena, the entertainment sports arena in Ward 8, and opening of the Carnegie Library, and retrofitting even of the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. And then from there, Greater Washington Partnership, which is focused on regional competitiveness from Baltimore to Richmond. So this was a natural progression, being able to step into this role at the DC Chamber, because we are the voice of business in the district, and we're doubling down on innovation and inclusion and collaboration across all sectors. So it was a natural fit for me to come in this role. Now, who knew it was going to be such a challenging year over the last 7 months? But we are finding ways to support our small business community and our businesses, particularly businesses of color, during these trying times, so they can still survive and thrive.
And on that note, because these have been some challenging times, and it looks like folks are trying to prepare us for more to come. How is the chamber trying to impact that or assist businesses during these times?
Yeah, so we know that there's a profound impact on the federal government shutdown that's having on our local economy. But we know DC is open. Our services are open. The mayor just announced that she is using millions of dollars to support those who are losing SNAP benefits. So that is a tremendous help for a lot of our residents here in DC. Our business community really continues to adapt and push forward, staying resilient despite these times. But we do have resources that we are providing and working with our city agencies to support those businesses who are impacted by the federal government, you know, whether they're displaced federal workers or you know, they need access to capital or loans, working with a lot of our city agencies, DEMPED, DSLBD, to provide those resources. We also partnered with other business organizations on a platform that build within created Talent Capital AI that supports displaced federal workers. So for those who are looking for jobs, this platform will help support you know, any vacancies. We've worked with other business owners and companies, and so they are sharing any vacancies that they have that can support those displaced federal workers.
And then for those, Chinyere, I mean, what is that platform again? We would like
yes, it's talent. It's a talent capital initiative. It's talentcapitalai.com, and it's an AI powered program that's led by the mayor and other city agencies and also business organizations that really supports workers affected by the federal government shutdown.
Mhm.
And so they provide job matching, training, reskilling resources across DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Mhm.
Talent Capital AI. Yep, thank you.
That's wonderful. And you know, it's interesting. I mentioned earlier when we came on about the conversation with you and other chamber leaders in the DMV, but our things seem to be getting worse and not better. Are you all still connecting? Are you since that time, or how does the region?
Yes,
the
we
region-
are, because now more than ever, collaboration is so important. Also
Mhm.
believe being a member of a chamber is so important. We're finding more companies and small business owners or people who are displaced from their companies starting their own business. So we want to make sure our chamber and other chambers around can provide those tools and resources, whether they are bridge financing, micro grants, anything that we can do to support. We're collaborating with other regional leaders to make sure that if you want to start your business, that we can help you cut through some of the red tape, reduce barriers, especially during times like this where it is so needed. And we want to keep these people in our region and in our city. So we're working together to ensure.
No, one of the things that strikes me sometimes when I'm, especially now with talking about the government shutdown and the shutdown of the museums and what have you, and these tourists that are coming into town, there's no place to go. And so how has that affected, or how has that affected, you know, local business, downtown businesses? What are they trying to do now to keep the doors open?
Keep it well. And I will say, you know, again, DC is open. We are still a top destination with world-class amenities, restaurants, theaters, neighborhoods, one-of-a-kind of events. Those are still taking place. So we encourage people to still come and enjoy all of what DC has to offer, all of our assets. And we do recognize that there are some businesses where it might be challenging for them. But and that's why we want to make sure that they have access to resources to get through this moment. Because while it is tough now, we do see that, you know, we will get to the other side, and hope next year by this time we'll be okay. We will be fine. But I know it's just getting through these hurdles. And we encourage our businesses to reach out to our city agencies who have resources to support them during this time.
I call them hurdles that have been put at an astronomically high height.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's crawl underneath.
I know, yeah. But DC will remain open. Students will be in class. Our parks are going to be clean. You know, our streets are going to be safe. And we will continue to function as a world-class city, no matter what happens in Congress. So, and in an effort to do that, it's really important that we all stick together. We're all in this together.
When you talk about sticking together and collaboration, and that's one of the, I think, pluses of the chamber is for business owners themselves to be able to come together, which is what you're all going to be doing next week for your really big gala. The DC.
That's right.
Tell us what's going to happen and where.
That's right. So thank you. We are so excited that, I mean, despite these challenging times, we're able to celebrate our business owners. It is, you know, we don't want to be all doom and gloom. We have businesses who are still doing very well. And so we're honoring them next Thursday, November 6th at the National Building Museum. It sold out 2 weeks ago. So if you didn't get a ticket, you're going to have to just watch it, look for it online, on social media after it's over, or but because we are completely sold out. We have 950 guests attending. And so despite the challenging times, we were able to break a record and exceed our fundraising goal. We are honoring Business of the Year, Cornick Construction, a DC-based firm whose work really strengthens our city's infrastructure. Our Business Leader of the Year is Brian Kenner of Amazon, and in his role, he's leading national conversations on community engagement and inclusive economic development. Our Economic Impact Award is going to JP Morgan, and they have really supported a lot of small business growth, particularly in Ward 7 and 8. And then our Community Impact Award is going to Cedar Hill Regional Hospital that just opened up in Ward 8, and they're really working hard to improve access and health equity across the district. We also are excited about a Game Changer Award, which is a first for Mayor Bowser, the Commanders, and Chairman Mendelson. And our council member, Kenyon McDuffie, will be presenting that award because we know how much of a leader and champion he has been in getting that project, RFK redevelopment, to the finish line and helping to bring the Commanders back home. So it's a star-studded lineup, and we're thrilled and excited.
You know, you have, I know what it's like sometimes when you're having an event and you're trying to come up with a theme, you know, and you're scratching your head trying to figure out what is going to resonate with people. And so how did you all come up with that amplify? Was it amplify? Put it back up again.
Amplify our voices and ignite our growth.
Yeah. What were you thinking? And what did you hope that how this would resonate with folks?
Yeah, we wanted this to be, this gala is a celebration of determination, of resilience, of collaboration. And it's really a statement of where we're headed. And we want to make sure that we are still moving forward. We find ways to focus and amplify and ignite our growth and to keep the city moving forward. But also it's important to come together and make sure our voice is heard, make sure the business community is heard. There's power in numbers. We exemplified that. We did 2 advocacy days at the city council. We want to make sure that we are advocating for our businesses, that the legislation that's being put forth supports the growth for our businesses, because small businesses are the backbone of this city. And so we want to make sure that they have the tools and resources to survive. And a lot of our businesses that we're honoring and our honorees are African American. So it lets you know that, you know, they are here, they are strong, they are resilient. And we hope that, you know, our message is clear. When every ward, every business, every resident wins, we all win.
Now and I want to have just a little bit of conversation about that, because a lot of opportunities that help to grow business in our community is not always received well by the residents of our community. And so there seem to be sometimes some gaps that need to be bridged so that folks really do understand. I think what you're saying is that when business does well, the community does well, because they're the employers, they're the healthcare providers, they're, you know, the educators. They provide services that our community needs. And I'm preaching. I'm asking the chamber. I'm asking the chamber, asking you, how are you able to bridge that? You know?
Yeah. No, a lot of it is public-private partnerships, and they really can deliver those transformative results when we all work together. And that's what we want to make sure we are highlighting at this gala. You know, again, at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's when every ward and every resident wins, we can all win. And these small businesses are the lifeblood of our city. And we think that the gala will reflect that.
For membership, if folks want to join the chamber, the DC Chamber of Commerce, what do they need to do?
Yes, we encourage any business. If you are thinking about starting your business, if you already have your businesses, please join the chamber. We have businesses of all sizes across all sectors. Go to I don't have to say www anymore, but just dcchamber.org. Right. And our channels are up there, our IG handle and X, and on Facebook. Reach out. We have it's a tiered membership base. And so it's just based on your size and scope of your business. We have events throughout the year. We have our annual meeting coming up December 11th. Tickets and sponsorships are available. It will be held at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. And then I will say, none of this can be possible without our generous sponsors. And so that is Washington Gas, Events DC, Link Strategic Partners, Comcast, Verizon, DOES, and many others. And so we are so grateful for our sponsors.
Yeah. You mentioned sponsors, Chinyere, whose names pop up a lot in organizations that are, or events that are sponsored around the city. Whenever I visit places like New York and Chicago, and I see the bucket full of people, corporations that are there that can sponsor, but we've got some diehard. We don't have all that in DC.
Right.
Some diehard companies that make sure that, the lights stay on and the balls keep rolling. And the ones that you mentioned are always at the top of the list. So
Absolutely. Yeah, they're not just our supporters, they're our partners just to really help us build a stronger and more inclusive economy. And they have been with us at several other events, and we brought on new sponsors this year, which we're really
Good.
excited about.
Okay.
But yeah, those were just a few. We have the whole entire list on our website.
Wonderful.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
we are thrilled to have all of
Wonderful.
them. Even during these trying times,
I know. I
we
know.
will sell out.
Well, I didn't really want to, I can't keep you longer on that because it's already sold out. So we're not trying to sell tickets. We're not trying to get people in the door or folks in the seats. You've done that already. So
And
congratulations.
Washington Informer, thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
well, we are happy to be a member and a supporter of the chamber. Anything else you want to share with us about, just what you're doing? I think lastly, I wanted to ask you, because we talked about all the work that you've been doing, but your journey there, I mean, how did business become sort of that passion um, for you?
Yes, I because this was not part of my career trajectory.
Mhm.
When I was in school, when I was studying, I was going to be a White House correspondent. So my career path was
Have
not
the voice, have all the things that you need. Of course.
Thank you. Yeah. So I took several pivots through my career, but business is, and small business is really a passion of mine. And it
Mhm.
always has been. I come from a family of small business owners. This is a city I grew up in. I'm a native Washingtonian, and I am invested in this city. I'm raising a family here. I pay taxes here. So I really care about our business community. As I've said, they're the lifeblood of our city. And with my work at Events DC, with my work at Greater Washington Partnership, that passion only grew stronger. And it was something, when this opportunity came about, it was something that I really wanted to be able to take advantage of. And this year, I will say my biggest takeaway from my experience is collaboration, that's really the city's superpower. And that's what we've been able to do. And I believe when business and government and community leaders all work together, we can really achieve transformational change. And that's been exciting. And I'm looking ahead as we build on this energy in 2026, how we can continue to grow and prosper.
So, in closing, and I'm not asking you to be the preacher that I was a few minutes ago, but if you had some words of inspiration for businesses, particularly small businesses, what would you tell them to think about or to chew on or to be encouraged by, right now?
That we've been here before. Maybe not this badly, but we've been here before. We are a resilient community. Keep the faith. Continue to work together, leverage partnerships and relationships, because we've seen, even during the pandemic, throughout chaos come opportunities. Creativity can come out of challenging times. So let's stick it out. We will be fine. We will make it to the other side. We are finding a lot of opportunities. We are hearing some positive stories too from businesses who are still doing well, who are who are starting and opening up their new businesses and are still finding opportunities for grants, getting new clients. So we just encourage everybody to keep their faith, reach out to the chamber. We are here to be a resource and support during these challenging times. And again, come find us at dcchamber.org and reach out to me or anyone from our team. And we look forward to working with you. And we really are excited about the partnership we have with the Washington Informer to ensure we are telling these stories that are sometimes go unheard.
Wonderful. Chinyere Hubbard, President CEO of DC Chamber of Commerce, thank you so very much for being with us today. Have a wonderful event. I look forward to being in the space next week.
Be in the room, Denise.
Right. Exactly. And look forward to having you back as we talk about other things. As the city evolves, we want to talk about, how we're going to get through this. And we are going to get through it.
Yes, we are. And I would love to be back on the show. Thank you so much, Denise. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. All righty. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. So that brings us to the end of this live segment. I want to thank you all for joining us. Remember, check out our YouTube channel, check out our social media pages. We are doing Washington Informer Live throughout the week. And of course, we do Let's Talk on Fridays. We want to thank you very much for being with us. And we've got more to share. See you next time.
Where do you